We are recording.
Okay, so continuing. Hello and welcome. Today is August 10th, and this is etcd community meeting. We have a couple of things on our agenda. I will try to share my screen. First time we are on Zoom, so FYI, all the future meetings will be handled on the Zoom platform. So I have already updated the link, so please remember in the document and on the calendar meeting, there should be a link to the new Zoom. I shared my screen. Can you see it in the Zoom link?
It's all black.
I see a blank square.
Yeah.
Can you? Is sharing working?
No.
Okay. I don't know if my internet is good enough here. But...
I can share.
Okay. Let me stop sharing.
Let me share. Let's see if that's better. You see anything?
Yeah,
No.
it works.
Okay.
Oh, for me it's black. So, okay, I hope that you're showing what I think we should be going to. Let's go to the agenda. So, Han, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I injected my thing first because I figured it would be good to get it out of the way. We have new chairs for etcd. Everyone, round of applause for Wenja and James. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will be terrific in your new roles.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, based on like Kubernetes rules, as we are transferring to SIG, we have nominated 2 chairs, and as there was no opposition with the following our what do you call it, charter, we will with those chairs are approved. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Wenja. Yeah.
By the way, let me make a brief announcement. As we're expecting the etcd SIG to be complete before KubeCon Chicago. Folks who have substantial contributions to etcd will get invited to the Kubernetes Contributor Summit. And you'll get an email about that. So just so you know. Oh,
I thought that invitations for Community Summit is also for etcd. I was always invited, but I don't know what.
You were always active in the other SIGs too, though. So you had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but okay. Yeah, but I had a situation that I was asked to decide whether someone should be accepted by their etcd contributions, not only Kubernetes contributions.
well,
So, yeah, but
it wasn't the case, right? Like,
we never pulled a list of etcd contributors and invited all of them before.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do that.
I think that's great.
Yeah. So okay, I think we can note that now the etcd members will be managed by Kubernetes organization. It will be still a separate organization, same organization, same stuff, but we'll get privilege like being officially invited to Contributor Summit. So not to take too much time as we are interjecting on the previous topics, let's go to the next one, which is Benjamin. Do you want to talk about dependency management?
Yeah, talk about the dependency management. The dependency management isn't a critical task, but we have to handle it once a week because we configure and enable the dependency build to debump the dependency automatically once a week. But the dependency build doesn't work well with multi-module project like etcd. So yeah, we need to handle it once a week manually. Yeah, there is a rotation table. Almost everyone in the etcd org have some experience on the dependency management, so it's good. So anyone else who want to participate, you can just register your name in the table. But there's one thing I would like to highlight. Usually we bump the direct dependence. In other words, we don't bump the indirect dependence because if etcd doesn't directly depend on some dependence, we don't bump it. Yeah, because but you know, for the indirect dependence, we have three approaches. The first approach is just we can just close the PR raised by dependent boats and wait for the our direct dependence to release new version, and then we just bump the direct dependence. Yeah, this is the easiest case. The second case, you know, we can, for example, that's use example. For example, there are two examples. Let's give me two examples. The first example is the, yeah, can open the first example? Yeah, the example, you know, the Z-lint is an indirect dependence. LCD doesn't depend directly. Instead, LCD depends on the CFSSL. So, but you know, the CFSSL is depend on very old version of the Z-lint. So that's not good. You know, we have two choices. The first choice, we can just close the PR directly. The second choice is we can help the CFSSL to bump the dependence. Yeah, I follow the second approach to help the CFSSL to do it. But you know, we don't have to do it always ourselves. We can just raise the issue for the project. For example, for the CFSSL in this case. Yeah, you know, yeah, this is the second approach. The third approach, if the CFSSL is not active, there's no any commits for a long time. So we should try to remove the dependence on the CFSSL. Yeah, the goal is to remove as much inactive project as possible. This is the goal. Yeah, these are three approaches we have the highlights. Yeah, if you have any question, just to reach out to all the any member in the LCD org. Yeah, the second example is a good example. We removed the dependence on inactive project. Yeah, this is an inactive project created by a previous maintainer, but there's no any active at all. We just removed the dependence. Yeah, this is a good example. Yeah, that's it from my side. Yeah, any questions, please reach out to me by email or Slack channel. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Benjamin, for talking about the dependency management. So yeah, if there is anyone interested in helping project and making easy contributions or like getting involvement, you can sign up to the etcd dependency management and yeah, start contributing. Going to the next topic of contributing the etcd CPP API library. Signing now. Are you here? Can you talk a little bit?
Okay. Yes, I can hear. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Actually, I currently develop and maintain a library for the C++ client lab SDK for HD. It's called HD C++ API v3, and I have made a short slide to make introduce, and I want to contribute this library to the official HD organization. So can I share screen, or I will go through the slides for a short introduction for the library. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you see the Google slides here?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Actually, okay, I will go through some background of this library and introduction for the features, and finally some status and why we want to contribute to this library for the HD organization. First, about myself, I started working as a software engineer in Alibaba Cloud, and since 2020, I'm currently working on some cloud-native big data systems. For example, the Vineyard, and which is a CNCF sandbox project, and another is classical distributed processing system, so I have some experience in developing such system for distributed data processing and as well as the storage system. And I have been active in open source joining GitHub since 2014 and have contributed for many open source projects. That's the basic background about myself. And secondly, I will introduce the library. The library was initialized developed by Nokia in 2016 and hosted on GitHub. And the library is recommended C++ SDK, the actual this documentation. But the library is the development of the library was stopped since late 2016, and no one contributed code and no one answered questions from the user. And I started to use this library in our own project 1 year and since 2020, and I noticed that a person from Nokia touched README in 2020, and I asked his help to continue the maintenance, and the library then transferred to a vendor neutralization. And you can see this link. Okay, this is the current this is the basic background of this library and the history. Okay, the library is a client SDK for HTTP, and so obviously it can connect to the HTTP server, and it supports multiple the balance using multi-endpoint and support the basic authentication as well as the transport security, which is the basic requirement in many production systems. With this library, you can do interesting things like writing a C+ program and connecting to the actual instance behind the Kubernetes cluster. And before I started working on this library, it only has some basic features like put, range, and delete case, and the basic support for watch, and I made many improvement on it. Since I began to maintain this library, I added many new features like lists, keep lives, and logs, which is basically some basic requirements in real-world applications as well as transactions. And besides this basic operations, it also provides many high-level abstractions. For example, user can implement things like compare and swap with this library in very easy way. Internally, this library only requires Protobuf and the gRPC to be built, and it's makes it very easy to get started. And this library can be easily installed using common package manager like Homebrew on Linux and macOS, and with PKG in Windows. Internally, this library has two kinds of runtime. One is cyclized, which has less dependency and more easy to be integrated in a big project, and the other is asynchronized runtime, which is more easy to use and can handle the burden of concurrency and the thread safety or something like that without any burden from the developer and the user. Since I began to maintain this library in 2020, you can see that the stacks on GitHub keeps growing, and currently, and since more than 10 contributors have submitted their pull requests from the open source community, and more than 100 issues or questions have been fixed and answered. So you can see that it's a very active library, being actively development. So I propose to transfer this project to the official HTTP organization, because I think it would bring us better visibility to the user, make user too easy to find it, and the user can be more trusted with this library. And you can see that in the ecosystem there is low allows the alternative for C++ users to connect to HD, and it also can bring us better visibility to developers and potential contributors to make it a better place to discuss about feature proposals and patches. And we also want to learn from the HD community and be part of the community. And I have discussed with people from Nokia, and they support this movement. The library is open source in BSD3 license, so I think there should be no heavy copyright issues, and I will continue to be the maintainer to answer the question from the user, which is the most important thing for me, and continue to fix bugs implementing new features, and hoping my experience on this library could help me to get involved with the HD project itself. And that's all about my presentation. So any guidance or suggestion I highly appreciate it.
Okay. Are there any thoughts from other maintainers or anyone from community about accepting the project? Okay. Yeah, Benjamin, do you?
Yeah, I'm thinking this in the past couple of days. I think, generally I'm neutral to this. From one perspective, C++ is one of the top popular programming language.
Yeah.
It's almost similar to the Java. It's almost as popular as Java. So from this perspective, so it's good to accept this into the LCD org. But on the other hand, I'm not, currently only Java, the Java client SDK is hosted under the LCD org.
The Java and Python SDK.
But I don't have enough confidence to officially to announce the Java is qualified. I don't have enough confidence. So if we accept the C++ SDK into the LCD org, I don't have enough confidence to announce the is officially support. So we need to make sure how we can officially guarantee it meets the qualify. It can qualify both the Java and C++. Another point, if we accept this, if we accept the C++ SDK, probably other languages SDK, for example, Python or Ruby, we can do the same request join the LCD org. So anyway, the point is we need to raise an issue in the LCD community to discuss which language SDK the LCD community officially supports, which language are not officially supports. Yeah, I think this is a big topic to discuss in the community.
Makes sense.
So something like that.
Yeah, I think there are two things. One would Benjamin mention, which is how we ensure quality, and then we should ensure that we can give officially support. So basically, this is I don't know if this is more about quality of what languages. This is for me. We need to agree as a community on list of requirements, or what are the qualification standards that we want to do. So for example, having some kind of having tests against library and being able to verify it, similar how we verify the some set of tests that we verify on Golang or whatever, some approach that we can verify the quality, and maybe same set of rules. But this we can set up, and I know we can create a list, and we can or Tao can propose the list, and we can polish it up. For me, the second more important thing is about the community support. From brief looking into the project, I see that there is only one maintainer for now. I see there are other contributions, but
currently the only one maintainer. Yeah,
I think 90%. So one thing that I think most of the projects that I've seen and most of the etcd community and CNCF projects work on is to have community. We need two independent parties that are interested in maintaining it, so that we have a representation from whole community and not only one company or one person. So for me to see this project as a mature project that people want to support is to see having a second maintainer, you growing the second maintainer, having two maintainers being able to, or having two people that are interested in maintaining the project. Because for now it's it's great what you're doing, but we need to, the moment that we lose, I don't know, situation change and you're not available, no one will can support C++ in etcd. So for me, the main thing would be having diverse community. So growing someone to a role, I don't know, to a role of maintainer, and finding someone that you have two parties that are interested. And yeah, if you
it's
look
going to
into
be,
Thank you for the feedback.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot easier for him to actually attract other maintainers if he's part of the etcd project, if it's part of the etcd project, even in an unmaintained way or an unsupported way.
I mean, we have 10 projects and none of them are maintained. Java client is not maintained. I mean, I'm not watching what this Java client does, but I haven't heard anything from this site. I know what's Benjamin thought, but I haven't seen anyone on Java client. Yeah, Wenja?
Yeah, I think, thank you very much, Tal. This is definitely a great contribution. And thank you for secretly, not secretly, but doing it on the side. This is definitely helping for the etcd community. I think there is a pull or issue open, right? Could you attach that issue to the community meeting so we can have more discussion in the issue? And also, as Merrick said, with etcd joining the Kubernetes as a SIG, we need to consider all the sub-projects supportability anyway. I think including it sounds like a good idea to help. But as a whole, we probably want to think the maintenance of all the sub-project. Hong?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty valid request to suggest that there be at least 2 sub-project owners for accepting a project, because otherwise you end up with a bunch of projects that are not supported, and that's not desirable or good for the community. That being said, I think Josh has a good point. I mean, maybe we want an experimental thing, experimental inclusion for a temporary period of time to see if we can get enough interest to get a second maintainer. Something like that might be worth considering. But all of the stuff should probably be codified somewhere. And I'll leave that as an exercise to the new chairs.
Yes, I propose to contribute this library to the organization is to attract more potential contributors and maintainers, and to help us on some important features and bug fixes. So thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, we probably, if you could help, we probably could even leverage this with an etcd mentorship program.
Okay, so I think I brought down the feedback into the document, but I think the most important thing that what Wenja mentioned is let's follow up on the issue and discuss it further. I think, of course, there is always a chicken and egg problem with such situations. We can either hope that the project will grow after the etcd, or I'm on the side that a good project, if there is interest and you're already gathered, I think 300 stars is pretty big from independent project that started. I think if there is enough belief, you should find at least someone interested. Unfortunately, such a big project requires usually company support or some more contributed than someone more involved. So I don't know if there are many companies that use C++ and etcd, but I think that this is like the question. Can we maybe rise and ask the community about about those people and they're interested in following? But yeah, let's follow up on the issue. Okay, going to the next topic. I don't know, Chao, if you will be able to discuss quickly the health check, the health check in etcd client.
Yeah, it's not online.
Okay, so let's go to next topic. Bogdan, are you?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you click the summary and the questions, I don't think we have, no, the second link, sorry. In line, there was a second link. It was to the Google Doc. Yeah, okay, so I don't think we have too much time today, but I just wanted to call out that it seems like we need to agree what to do here. So originally, I'm just going to quickly through summary. Originally, I think this was an offline downgrade, and we want to use migrate, but we faced this problem with that we need to do a wall log change. And then later, I think we realized that we actually need to do online downgrade. So I think there is some, maybe somebody will sponsor this later. So I'm not sure if online downgrade, backporting it to 3.5 isn't, maybe we need to give more time for the sponsorship to sort of pan out. But then the major question is, do we do a backport downgrade, or there is also a patch that is kind of does a little bit, has a different approach, but might also work. And then the third question is what to do with the PR for the migrate command. So the PR works except for changing the wall file. So in terms of the cleaning up the backend directories, it's fine. So it might work with combination with online downgrade or even with a patch. Anyway, so I'll open this for questions. And again, like maybe there's more information POC needed. So let me know.
Okay, let me give you a quick summary. Let's go forward with offline downgrade. Online downgrade still requires all the code that you wrote, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't influence the effort that you've started with offline. You just a follow up. Like you need offline to have online. The only difference is let's have the offline without patching merged. So we just merge, we just assume that there is no entries. Like in the test, let's just assume that there is no entries or snapshot without patching. And then, so first merge, let's merge the offline downgrades without a field patching with the tests only assuming that there is no patching. Second, this can be done by just making a snapshot like before just downgrade. So that's good enough. Second would be adding the patching and I was thinking about downgrade having or migrate having a force flag, which is basically ignoring the fields. Like it's more unsafe, like unsafe force or unsafe version of the patch. And that would be the offline downgrades that ignores the fields. And third, let someone finish the online downgrade. Does it make sense?
Okay, that makes some sense, but okay. So in the current, they will then for users will document for the migrate command, right? So we'll document that they need to restore from the snapshot to to make it work. In a sense.
Not restore from snapshot, because restore from snapshot is unsafe. They need to they need to guarantee that there is no entry. Okay, there is no entries since the last snapshot. So
Yeah,
we can discuss it on the issue. I mean, this is like, I don't know. I've been on holidays, so I haven't been following what's the issue, but I haven't seen any.
Okay, well, okay, so if you, I think also Benjamin looked at it, and I think maybe you guys can coordinate a little bit to what to do. So because
just a quick update from my side. You know, I'm not against to merge the offline downgrade command. I'm not against it, but you know, from the Google's perspective, they require online downgrade. This is the point. So whether or not, or how we should support the online downgrade, this is the key point. I don't care about the offline downgrade. Offline downgrade isn't the point. You merge it or not merge it isn't the big deal. So how we should support the online downgrade? So, you know, online downgrade is big feature. We cannot backward all the feature from the 3.6 to 3.5. We cannot do that. You know, we can regard the online downgrade from 3.5 to 3.4 as a special case. We just add a small patch for the 3.4 to make sure the 3.4 binary can run on top of the data generated by 3.5. That's good enough. But the impact on the user is the user have to upgrade the cluster from 3.4. For example, 3.4.16 to upgrade to a new version, new patch version, before they upgrade their cluster from 3.4 to 3.5. In case the upgrade is failed, it's just roll back. It's just very easy. Just replace the binary with the old version. That's all. That's very simple.
right. Anyway, I think we're out of time, but like maybe we can talk about this next time in 2 weeks. I don't think there's a rush to
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's
so
fine.
you know, if anything needed in terms of like proof of concept, or you know, I'll address. There's some comments on the PR. I just wanted to everybody to get to agreement of you know, what was the plan here, and then I'll address those, and you know, happy to finish that PR.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so next time then we'll talk again. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we are a little bit over time. Thanks everyone for attending. I will move the remaining topics to the next one, to the next meeting in 2 weeks. So please remember, we are meeting on Zoom in 2 weeks. See you then.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.
Yeah.
Thanks, team.